Well then, your majesty, have you made your decision? All of you, Chris, awaits your word, for your actions this day could herald a bright new era for our kingdom. In fact, I understand that Duke Aldrich's research into new uses for rune lenses is making great strides.
I'm endlessly impressed at your ability to vomit out nonsense you don't believe in. Oh, you're a politician, or perhaps merely a swindler.
How many times must I remind you that you are here as an observer, Countess? Your Majesty, in light of the Countess's continuous interruptions, I suggest you have her removed. Your father would not have tolerated such impudence from a guest. Of that, I am certain.
But if anyone is removed here, it will be you, Lord Harlan.
What? How dare you?
You're up, Noah. Go get him.
Lord Harlan is a traitor who has conspired to sell out Euchris to Duke Aldrich for his own personal gain.
Traitor? Personal gain?
What? Who do you think you are? The fact you cobbled together some pathetic army out of defeated troops gives you no right to speak to me so. Unless you come bearing proof of this outrageous claim, I suggest you take your seat!
My proof is this contract sent by Duke Aldrich to Lord Harlan. It says, and I quote, "Should Lord Harlan secure Euchris' surrender, he shall retain his wealth and status, and be given high standing after the dissolution of the Sheerith dynasty." It's all right here on the page.
This, well, the handwriting does seem to match the letter I received from...
You damnable varlet! Where did you get that? Oh! No, you see...
It seems you are familiar with this document, Lord Harlan.
No, of course not.
You betrayed me, Lord Harlan. Betrayed your king and your kingdom.
Everything I have done was for the benefit of you, Chris. You must believe me. I...
Cassius!
Guards! Prepare the special chamber for Lord Harlan. I have a great many questions to ask him.
You have it all wrong. I am no traitor. In fact, had your father still reigned, this need never have happened. But instead, we have you, Yuma. You! And you, Chris, cannot persevere with an air so foolish and feckless. You are driving our kingdom to ruin. What choice did I have but to ally with the Empire?
Get him out of here! Now!
Do you understand now, Yuma? I mean, Your Majesty? Now that you've seen the contract, are Duke Aldrich's motives not exceedingly clear? The man has no intention of allowing the Sheerith dynasty to continue.
Such treachery.
If the Dukes was willing to do away with the royal family, what would he have done to us?
I choose to do all in my power to help Commander Noah of the Alliance. He's a man I can count on. And I will fight at his side.
Apologies, Periel. Apologies, Lord Counselors. I need a little more time. There might yet be truth to what Harlan said.
Oof. Well, so much for that.
I knew Yuma struggled with decisions, but I had no idea he was this bad. Still, we've done all we can for now. Lord Harlan is in custody, so I will spend the night here. The rest of you may make yourselves comfortable. Just stay out of the back chamber.
Oh, come on. I bet there's rows of beds in there. You can spare one.
Fine, but just the one.
Noah,
Are you all by yourself?
I am. They changed the guards around this time, which gives me an opportunity to slip away. It's been my chance to go on little adventures ever since I was a child. Not that I've ever left the palace grounds or anything. That would be much too scary. In fact, this right here is about the extent of my adventuring zeal. I spoke to Melridge and learned of how you and Periel snuck into Harlan's manor to secure the contract. Periel really trusts you, doesn't she? No, more than that. She relies on you. How I envy that.
The truth is, Melridge staged it to play out that way.
Huh. Is that right? Well, Melridge knows a great deal about a great many things. He probably figured a bit of jealousy would help my sense of motivation. Still, I suppose even he wasn't aware just how much of a coward I am. I adore Periel. The way she's always spoken her mind, even when we were children. Despite growing up in circumstances not unlike mine, she's never afraid to be herself and do what she wants.
Well, I'm from a small village, so I can't imagine what you've been through, but you look like a fighter to me. Is that not the case?
Oh, heavens no. I'm worthless. Everyone thinks so. Oh, I made a few clumsy attempts when I first inherited the throne, but I was never able to rule skillfully as my father did. And now, at the time of my country's greatest crisis, I still can't make up my mind. Instead of deciding, I fixate on all the tragedy my decisions might cause and simply freeze. Harlan had the right of it. I'm a feckless fool of a king. Who would ever follow a ruler like me? I just...
That isn't true. That just isn't true. You aren't a bad king.
What?
You are absolutely and completely wrong about yourself, and you mistake your kindness for weakness. I know how hard you work at being king. I know better than anyone. It's everyone else's loss if they don't understand what a wonderful ruler you are.
Thank you, Eiyuden. But I will never live up to my father.
There's wisdom in her words, Your Majesty. People have you wrong. Indeed, you have yourself wrong. Now, I grant you may not currently be ruling with the skill and finesse of your father. But you're holding yourself up to a monarch with years of experience already behind him. Surely you can see how superficial it is to compare that man to a king who has taken but the first steps of his reign. fledgling knight is no match for a hardened veteran. And yet, the youngster possesses something the veteran does not. A future. And I would not have you discard yours so lightly, my king.
Oh, Melridge. Eiyuden?
Oh, forgive me, Your Majesty. I was dreadfully out of line to speak to you like that. I will accept any punishment you see fit.
Then your punishment is to tell me the truth. Do you really believe I can become a good king?
Of course I do. You will be a kind king, and a great one. I'm sure of it.
Thank you. I will. Or at least I shall try to.
I cannot express what an honor it is to fight alongside a man of your esteem, General Goldwyn. If I may, General, I hear we'll be entering Eucharist territory soon. When do you anticipate being able to report our victory to Dukes Aldrich? I must contemplate how best to compose the message.
It is folly to contrive victories from unfought battles. A warrior must approach every enemy with equal sincerity.
But who could Eucharist field who has any hope of victory against you?
General Cassius is a steady hand who commands the love of his men, and I hear the kingdom is home to another formidable mind as well, and also...
Yes?
I take to the battlefield for our Emperor. Despite the great pains Aldrich went through to convince His Excellency of this campaign's merit, I do not fight for the Dukes.
Oh, good morning, all. I take it you spent the night here?
Guys, you are not gonna believe this! Periel? How?
Loose lips, darling. Come, Noah. We're leaving.
Announcing His Majesty, King Yuma.
Have you reached a decision?
If you require a messenger to go to Dukes Aldrich, I am yours to command.
This is it. What's it going to be?
I come bearing urgent news.
Your Majesty, it seems an Imperial Expeditionary Force has been sighted. It is under the command of General Goldwyn, and outnumbers our army 2 to 1.
Double our numbers, and General Goldwyn.
The man is said to be invincible.
Your Majesty!
I have always been a worthless man, Periel. I am incapable of making decisions and paralyzed with fear of how others might view me. I have ever been a coward. I acknowledge this. General Cassius?
Yes, my king.
Melrich?
Your Majesty.
For a period of 2 weeks, beginning now, I entrust to the 2 of you the entirety of my royal authority. You are to make every decision, for I have no doubt you are more capable of selecting the right choices than I. Call it a coward's conviction if it please you. Regardless, it is the best decision I can muster.
What folly is this? Has His Majesty taken leave of his senses?
Royal authority to a mere general and a lecturer at the studium? Say the word, Your Majesty, and we lords are ready to lead in your stead.
The both of you must refuse this. It will plunge the kingdom into chaos.
Folly from your fool of a king. Yet all the more reason to do it. Pitiful I may be, but I beg of you to save our kingdom.
But
Are you quite certain? After all, what's to stop the General and myself from eliminating you should we come to enjoy this little taste of power?
If that is your choice, then so be it. Were you to do such a thing, I believe it would be for the sake of the kingdom.
Your Majesty.
long have I sworn my service and loyalty to House Sheerith, Your Majesty. But now, I pledge it anew to you, Yuma Sheerith, the man before whom I now take the knee. I shall answer the trust you have placed in me, with all of my heart and ability.
I do not know if my talents are worthy of the faith you place in them, Your Majesty. In fact, it speaks to their inadequacy that I have so clearly misjudged you. And for that, I must atone. Whatever shreds of wit and talent I still possess.
As if any of this gives us a chance against the Empire!
Your Majesty, it's not too late. We can still draft a letter of intent to Dukes Aldrich and...
General Cassius.
Any hope of successfully defending this kingdom will require the full efforts of her people, and the full unity of her spirit. The army will be mustered, and the realm's efforts devoted entirely to its defense. Any who choose to publicly object to His Majesty's wishes will be executed on the spot.
We did it! Now we can finally fight back!
I'm not certain such jubilant optimism is appropriate. As General Cassius noted, it will require all the strength you, Chris, can muster to have even a chance of victory.
And we'll be right beside you.
Agreed. This is everything we've been striving for.
Then allow me to formally request the support of the...
You shall have it and more. We'll return to the inn and have Janequist beat the muster drums.
I shall contact Emir and have him commence preparations straight away, milady.
Send me. I'll get your message there safe.
Shall I set this in motion, Commander?
Do it.
Yup! Let's go beat him like a dirty carpet!
They are certainly in for a surprise.
Those thugs will finally get what's coming to them. Let's serve up some justice! You ready, Noah? I think Periel already took off for the palace.
You got it!
Let us review our strategy. We face a war of attrition. Unfortunately, Hishahn was not built to be easily defended. Therefore, we must meet the Imperial host on the field and strive to buy time while minimizing our casualties. We leave this in your capable hands, General Cassius.
His Majesty's troops are kith and kin to me. I'll not let a single man die in vain.
I trust messengers have been dispatched to Norster and Kinan?
They have, but neither will act until we prove our mettle, which is why this first battle is pivotal. Our enemy is a general both seasoned and clever, and he will not rely on superior numbers alone to deliver victory. We must whittle away at their strength now, then turn the war of attrition which follows to our advantage.
Which is where we come in.
Correct. We are counting on your ambush to throw the battlefield into disorder. Do not let us down, Commander Noah.
We won't. We're ready.
General Cassius, Melridge, Noah, pray bring us victory and return home safely.
Thank you, Your Majesty. If my projections are correct, this battle may be over far sooner than we all dare hope.
Projections?
Reporting, sir! The Imperial Army has arrived and is forming up just where you said they would!
Then we'd best get started. Are you ready, Commander?
Let's do this.
Ready yourselves! This day we fight for our homes, for our king, and for the future of our country!
The Imperial Army's here.
So it's war, then. I assumed their forces would throw down their arms and flee, rather than take the field for such a weakling king. Perhaps they found a more inspiring...
Fortune smiles upon us this day, General Goldwill. The honors of a battlefield victory are ours for the taking. It is an honor for you to lead my vanguard, Lieutenant Kessling. I expect your rune tank to earn us a great many accolades.
About that, sir? The rune tank isn't really designed for solo combat. It requires a lot of infantry support, so...
I was not speaking to you, soldier. Well, young Hishahn, what do you say? Will you fight for the glory of your house?
As you command, sir. Hildy, Valentine, gather what troops you can.
At once, Lieutenant.
By decree of the Emperor, you may submit peacefully to Galdia's glory, or be crushed beneath her heel.
It's time. Give the signal.
Looks like we're up. Let's go!
Yeah!
To battle!
What? A second force? Where the hell did they come from?
There's the tactician signal. Come on, boys. Let's honor our contract and show these imps the color of their own guts.
An ambush! What impudence!
This is the moment we've been waiting for! Advance!
All forces! Attack!
Shields up! Stand your ground! I will deal with this ambush myself.
Are the troops holding up?
We're ready to move whenever. Though if you ask me, that move should be to turn and run.
You forget yourself, Second Lieutenant.
All right, everyone, let's go!
Withdraw!
A healing light to ease all wounds!
No choice but to withdraw.
I'll have...
Drop!
Guys!
Look at that! They're coming up!
Pull yourselves together!
You're just a stain on my sword!
Are we ready?
Oh, yeah. She's in a great mood today.
Enemy in sight, sir.
On your order, Lieutenant.
Attack!
General Goldwyn, I presume.
Your reputation precedes you, General Cassius. Now, let us put it to the test.
Stop them!
Withdraw!
Pull back!
Drop the enemy!
I was a fool.
Retreat! Hurry! Don't waste lives!
At last, some damn order! Now form up and prepare for the next!
If you have finally regained control of your troops, General Chapel, then prepare to withdraw. We are finished here.
What?
Learning the true strength of our foe is victory enough for the day. It has not come without cost, but to persist further would only result in needless bloodshed. We maintain the upper hand, and are in no particular rush. Additionally, the sun has begun its descent, and I've no desire to fight in darkness on unfamiliar terrain. We will withdraw!
Fine. Retreat! Fall back, you dogs!
Look at him run!
Nice job, Noah.
You sure showed him, cousin. A victory on the Alliance's very first deployment!
Let's not press our luck. An overzealous attempt to pursue General Goldwyn may end poorly.
All units, fall in! You fought bravely and well this day, and you, Chris, thanks you for it. Now, we return to Hishahn triumphant!
We did it! We sent him running for the hills!
And more importantly, everyone is safe.
Is this victory real? I can scarce believe it.
It is only one battle behind us, Your Majesty. The war ahead will be nothing to celebrate. It disheartens me that our ambush did little to face General Goldwyn's troops. He truly is the military titan, they say.
Yeah, even I've heard of the guy. So I guess today didn't amount to much more than an ugly
Let's not diminish the significance of forcing a retreat in our first battle. I've already made arrangements to inform the other members of the League, and trust the news will change their countenance for the better.
If I may, who are those other reinforcements? And why did you not mention them?
I'm guessing you mean me.
Allow me to introduce Captain Bernard Sawad of the White Sands Mercenary Company. I reached out to him some time ago to secure his services.
Oh, and if you're worried about the mercenary part, I promise you this. A Sawad never breaks a contract.
You hired these sellswords, Melrich?
I managed to divert some funds their way, yes. A bit from the royal treasury and more that was earmarked for the studium and archives. I figured the forthwith confiscation of Harlan's estate would sufficiently refresh our coffers.
Well, I suppose I did give you my royal authority, but I'm still pleased to see you wielding it with such wisdom. Just do see the ledgers end up balanced, yes?
Don't spare it another thought, Your Majesty. That's something I'm quite confident.
Yep, still incorrigible.
Something on your mind, Zane? You're wondering what will happen if Eucharist falls, aren't you?
Its downfall seems inevitable, considering the League's lack of unity.
Just like Duke Aldrich wants, I bet. You're thinking about it again.
In part. But mostly I'm just wondering what I'm doing here. I intended to make a name for myself and House Kessling as an Imperial officer. I believed that was the right thing.
Your brother?
Yes. But now I'm not sure about anything anymore. So where does that leave me?
Sorry to interrupt the boy talk, fellas. Did I miss anything spicy? Look, we've all got 'em. Ties, I mean. Obligations. I know all about yours, Zane. Little by little, they tighten around your neck until one day you wake up and realize you're wearing a noose. All part of growing up, I suppose. But these times, the times where you have to weigh your friends and your loyalties and your future, these are the moments that tell us who we are. You're young. You feel like throwing caution to the wind and doing the wrong thing for the right reason. Well,
This is getting a little complicated and poetic for me, but I think I agree.
Paul, Valentine, thank you both. Hildy.
A messenger just arrived bearing urgent news from the homeland, Lieutenant. It's as you feared.
What? How could this have happened?
I'm still verifying the information. It's possible this is but a rumor.
This is not some piece of idle gossip, man! You're telling me the Emperor has been assassinated?
That is... yes. That's what I've heard. But all the more reason to swiftly complete our occupation of Hishahn while we wait for further news. The late Emperor's decree still stands, after all, and His Grace the Dukes has not yet issued our next orders.
The Dukes has not issued them?
I mean nothing by it. Let us resume our efforts on the morrow.
Rise and shine, Noah. The new day has dawned and everyone's gathered at the palace.